it was you!
Hold on. I don't... you can't skip. No, we have to go through the whole thing.
Catch me if you can.
I wasn't climbing fast because I wanted to, like, listen to all of his voice lines.
We have a runner! That's it! Let me at him!
The would-be Marquis of Carabas dispatched the Nekomata in boots, who ran off in pursuit of the poor little minion.
Dang it. What the... Why did it not climb the wall? Oh my god.
The minion's poor little lower back was protesting painfully against the intense physical activity. He decided to take the elevator, giving him a moment to catch his breath. Really? His lower back asked. But the minion had no other choice. He resolved to make the jump down. By this point, the Nekomata in boots was gasping for air. The minion was huffing and puffing, even more loudly. But we'll ignore that.
I'm not! Don't underestimate the gold-level courier of the Komania Express!
A characteristically catty response from
We're
the
getting
Nekomata.
there.
Tell me, what do you hope to gain from bullying?
I get to let off some steam!
Ha-ha! You fell into my trap! Oh, and by the way, remember the glue you got stuck on when you first entered the future Marquis' abode-to-be? That was also me. I did it using my powers.
Okay, let me run, please. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys right now. You can just jump out of your shoes and keep running, but I... Wait.
The unnamed minion made a last-ditch escape attempt. He began his long climb. Sorry.
Oh, I have no stamina.
Up the wall, the tall wall. He began his long climb up the tall wall.
You call that a tall wall? In urgent Neko parcel mode, I'll scale it in no
What
time.
the heck? I can't get that. I don't... Okay. I've failed again. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. It won't let me climb faster.
So, it was you!
Let me skip this, please. Genshin needs to add
Catch
a
me
skip
if you
button.
can.
I don't want to sit through this again. It was really cute the first time. Now it's annoying me.
We have a runner! That's it! Let me at him!
The would-be Marquis of Carabas dispatched the Nekomata in boots, who ran off in pursuit of the poor little minion.
I guess the answer is I need to already have full
The minion's poor
stamina
little
when I
lower
get
back
to
was
that wall.
protesting painfully against the intense physical activity. He decided to take the elevator, giving him a moment to catch his breath. Really? His lower back asked. But the minion had no other choice. He resolved to make the jump down. By this point, the Nekomata in boots was gasping for air.
Come
the
on.
minion was huffing and puffing, even more loudly. But we'll ignore that.
I'm not! Don't underestimate the gold-level courier of the Komania
Yeah, I keep having
Express.
to wait for my stamina to be back up. Maybe you're supposed to run as the little box thing?
A characteristically catty response from the Nekomata. Tell me, what do you hope to gain from bullying me?
I get to let off some steam!
Ha-ha! You fell into my trap! Oh, and by the way, remember the glue you got stuck on when you first entered the future Marquis' abode-to-be?
It's
That was
also
me.
weird that they don't
I did it
have
using my
like
powers.
a thing you can latch on to get back up here.
Rats! Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys right now. You can just jump out of your shoes and keep running, but I... Wait,
Okay, no. She
The
does not
unnamed
really.
minion made a last-ditch escape attempt. Began his long crawl up the wall, the tall wall. He began his long climb up the tall wall.
you call that a tall wall? In urgent Neko parcel
I
mode,
keep
I'll scale
missing
in
it.
no
I
time.
don't understand. How are you supposed to get that? This is actually making me really angry. Surely I am not the only person who is having a
So,
problem with this.
It was you!
Shut up.
So,
Catch me if you can!
I really wish I could just start from the run. They should just let you start from that sequence. I do not want to have to keep redoing this
Let
crap.
me at him.
the would-be Marquis of Carabas dispatched the Nekomata in boots, who ran off in pursuit of the poor little minion.
You just don't climb fast enough.
The minion's poor little lower back was protesting painfully against the intense physical activity. He decided to take the elevator, giving him a moment to catch his breath. Really? His lower back asked. But the minion had no other choice. He resolved to make the jump down. By this
I don't
point, the
wanna-
Nekomata in boots was gasping for air.
Not
Minions
do this
huffing
quest right
and
now, but it
puffing,
is
even more
honestly
loud.
getting on my nerves.
But we'll ignore that.
I'm not. Don't underestimate the gold level courier of the Komania Express.
A characteristically catty response from the Nekomata.
Really, it's just that you
Tell
can't
me,
just
what do you
start
hope to
the
gain
challenge over
from
here.
bullying me?
I get to let off some steam.
Ha ha! You fell into my trap. Oh, and by the way, remember the glue you got stuck on when you first entered the future Marquis abode to be? That was also me. I did it using my powers.
Rats. Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys right now. You can just jump out of your shoes and keep running, but I...
The unnamed minion made a last-ditch escape attempt. Began his long climb. Up the wall, the tall wall.
You really don't
Began his long climb
climb
up the tall
fast
wall.
enough.
You call that
You-
a tall wall?
I-
In urgent Neko parcel mode, I'll scale it in no time.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Does her box thing run up walls? I'm so annoyed at this quest. I never use Kirara, so I do not
It
know.
was you!
Shut up. Let me skip this.
So,
Catch me if you can!
Why is this awkwardly difficult? Is the problem that I need to be
That's
running
it.
up
Let
walls
me
as
at
her?
'em.
the would-be Marquis of Carabas
Do you run up
dispatched
walls?
the Nekomata in boots,
You do.
who ran off in pursuit of the poor little minion.
So I need to be running up the wall as her. I guess.
The minion's poor little lower back was protesting painfully against the intense physical activity. He decided to take the elevator, giving him a moment to catch his breath. Really? His lower back asked. But the minion had no other choice. He resolved to make the jump down. By this point, the Nekomata in boots was gasping for air. The minion was huffing and puffing, even more loudly. But we'll ignore that.
I'm not. Don't underestimate the gold level courier of the Komania Express.
We're gonna get
A
there.
characteristic
It's going to
catty
happen.
response from the Nekomata. Tell me, what do you hope to gain from bullying me?
I get to let off some steam.
Honestly, a lot of this is my fault for not knowing that she can run up
You fell into
walls
my trap.
in her
Oh, and by the way,
cabinets.
remember the glue you got stuck on when you
But that's
first entered
so
the future
weird.
Marquis abode to be? That was also me. I did it using my powers.
Good for you. Now, can we please get on with this? I'm
I'm
so
jealous of
sick
you guys right now. You can just
of
jump
this
out of your
quest.
shoes and
The unnamed minion made a last-ditch escape attempt. He began his long climb, up the wall, the tall wall.
It was
Began his long
literally
climb
just
up
that
the
I
tall
wasn't running up the
you
wall
call
as her.
that a tall...
That's so annoying.
I surrender.
He just face planted.
You've got nowhere left to run.
All right, I confess.
That was fast.
Getting caught by you here was a backup plan. I don't know if what I've done will make things better or not. Time to come clean. I am the narrator, the one who's been guiding you all this time.
I did notice that. Gasp. Shock. My mind is blown.
You're overdoing it a little bit there.
That's
Anyway,
the point.
I only did what I did because
Why are you suddenly spilling the beans?
I poured my heart and soul into all this. I was worried you wouldn't ask. The truth is, I was one of the first conscious beings ever made by the goddess of creation, and I've known for a long time that this whole world is just a fairy tale written by the goddess of fate. I know they say that fairy tales are just made up for kids to read, but I refuse to believe that fairy tales are just fictional stories and nothing more. The reason why Constellation Metropole has 3 origin stories is that the goddess of fate wrote 3 drafts and couldn't decide which one she liked best.
That's
Then her
hilarious.
cat trod all over them, and they all got crumpled together, so the 3 worlds just sort of folded into one.
Cats, man. They just kind of do what they do.
The goddess of fate was torn between them anyway, since she couldn't decide which ending was best for the dragon or the kids. So when she saw what the cat had done, she simply decided to go with all 3.
Who'd have thought? Well, what does any of this have to do with what you did?
You're not a fictional character, so you couldn't hope to understand my sorrow. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone in all of Simulanka who would understand. Every day that I experience, every interaction I have with another person, is it really all just a work of fiction? The only reason the 3 great clans wanted to find out the truth was for the pointless task of electing the supreme clan. I thought that once they'd learned the truth, it might make them curious enough to investigate further. But as it turned out, they just accepted it and carried on living the same old lives. I have to motivate them to keep looking for answers now that they think they've learned the truth. I have to make them uncomfortable with the superficial explanation that they took at face value. And I have to figure out, once and for all, while you real people from the outside world are still here, are we real?
Aww.
That's my full confession. Time for you to take me back. I'm guessing I'll probably be forced to make a public apology, then sentenced to half a day in solitary confinement. I definitely deserve half a day. Oh, also,
Is that
pass
all
this
you
message
get
on to
for
Cafe
throwing
Boberano
a
in
pickaxe
Albizzi,
at
if you
someone's
could.
head?
The Great Clockwork Key was originally put in place jointly by the ancestors of the 3 clans. If the 3 of them had any ability to cooperate whatsoever, they'd have been able to remove it by themselves. Over all these years, not once have they ever tried removing it together.
Oh, my poor child. There's one thing you've been mistaken about this whole time.
This world is not fiction.
Whose voice is that? Detective? Was that you? Your voice acting's actually pretty good.
The reason fairy tales are suitable for children is that they help them to understand the world. Fairy tales may be works of fiction, but at their heart lies an internal logic that is undoubtedly real-world truth in a condensed form. Perhaps they simplify good and evil, and perhaps they hide the darkness in metaphors. But let there be no doubt. The world within fairy tales is as real as can be. And by extension, you and your compatriots are also real.
Goddess! Is it really you?
The line that separates footnotes from narrative can never be crossed. Never the two shall meet. This is why you have never heard my voice before. But now you wish to break free from the story, and there's a cat nearby, so you can hear my echo.
What?
Necromora!
Just your echo.
Poor Kirara.
Oh, poor detective.
So, we are a part of the real world too.
You lead the surrendered detective back to Cape. So we need a shot of the crime scene for evidence, a mug shot of the suspect for the records, and a photo of the heroes for posterity. The guard mulled it over. 3 photos is overkill. Let's just get one big group photo at the crime scene. Suspect, try and look more serious. Heroes, more natural, please. Happy smiles. But no smiling from the victim or their friends and family. Thank you. No, don't get up. Stay on the ground. We need to capture the crime scene as is. 3, 2, 1, say cheese. Weirdest photo experience of my life. I love it. Do we get to keep the photo? I hope we get to keep the photo.
My head's spinning. Albizzi just gave me a quick rundown of the situation. So you caught the detective?
Yes.
Sorta. We chased him until he surrendered. Oh, and he asked us to pass on a message.
You tell the 3 about the rest of what happened. And that they could have removed the Great Clockwork Key if they worked
Does
together.
he really think we didn't try that? 'Cause we did. After 6 months in that place.
Ah, that was my bad. I thought it was a stupid idea at the time, so I didn't really exert myself.
Okay, Bogarano.
I also sort of stopped trying after 3 years.
Never mind. I'm partly to blame as well. On the second attempt, I just hugged the key and pretended like I was pulling as hard as I could.
You guys are so lazy. My granny's neighbor's pet cat has nothing on you, and it spends all day, every day sunbathing.
Anyway, you said you heard the voice of the Goddess of Fate at the end? That's amazing.
There is a world beyond our own after all.
What would you guys say to taking a trip to the outside world sometime? Otherwise, I got bashed in the back of the head for nothing.
Just don't come back as a potted flower like that one guy.
Depends. Do either of you know how to get there? But yes, I agree we should go. And not invite the detective, just to annoy him. But maybe the reason we've never worried about whether we're real or not is that, unlike him, we weren't there to witness the creation of this world. We've never had any reason to doubt that we're real. If someone ever convinced me that these delightful dimwits, Cape and Albizzi, weren't real, oh, I'd be devastated.
Aw. What an interesting quest that was. There's another one. Texts Coda. There's more to this. Okay. We'll do this. We have to wait until 2 days later. Maybe we won't be finishing the summer event today. Maybe my stream title is a lie. Only time will tell. We'd be much better off if I'd realized that I could run up walls as Kirara's box thing. My bad.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Go
But
to
where
the
are
future
those who
Marquis'
share?
abode to be. Alright. Can do. Can do. mean, hopefully the Sumeru thing won't be like an hour long, and we'll have plenty of time. Hopefully this won't be like an hour long. Oh, everyone's back. Hey guys. Well, if it isn't the Marquis of Carabas, along with her cats and little fairy. I think we should probably stop this now. Surely it's time that Storm and I dropped these roles. In theory, it should all be over now, but I remember hearing that the point of the ceremony was to help people transition from one mental state to another. To bid farewell to the title of Marquis of Carabas once and for all, you can bring things to a close with a touch of formality. As the Nekomata bids farewell to her boots, through the reflection, are we wiser to the nature of the truth? Okay. Here you go. Have a key. Investigate. The key doesn't budge. Oh, that's it. That's literally it. No, I guess that's everything. Yeah, okay. Well, that's it for this quest. Text Coda was a very short quest that gave us a bunch of primo gems for essentially nothing. And I appreciate it.